Are you a video game gamer? Searching for a new video game that you want to play? One that could make you fully engage with all of its aspects and also was made clearly with passion and dedication by the developers? Where you are in luck, for I have the perfect game that suits all of your needs. Widely praised by the critics and beloved by the fans, this game was nominated for Game of the Year and won Best Art Direction in the Game Awards of 2020, thus creating a new standard for game development in the future. Today, we're gonna talk about the highly regarded video games, Ghost of Tsushima. We're gonna talk about what is Ghost of Tsushima, its features, its pros and cons, and its comparison to other products in the market, and also do I recommend it. Without further ado, we shall proceed. Ghost of Tsushima is a 2020 action-adventure game that was developed by Sucker Punch Productions and was published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is suitable for those who are 17 years old and above, for there are some mature content such as blood and gore. It is also suitable for those who prefer close-quarter combat and stealth-focused gameplay. It could be purchased digitally from PlayStation Store for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Also, could be bought from Steam for PC, with the price range from 240 ringgit to 300 ringgit. I have always been a fan of history and combat single-player video game like GTA. So when I heard of a single-player combat game that was set in the 13th century based on an actual historical event that happened in Japan involving the journey of a samurai fighting against the Mongol invasion, let's just say I am on board immediately. Once you inserted the disc into your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 or run it in your PC, you will be introduced to the main menu. Once you get into the free play mode, you are able to stroll around the world and experience its true beauty. If you were to go to the Armory tab, you are introduced to the customization option. They are available for the outfits, swords, and horse. There are missions and activities available in the map, such as the Shinto Shrine and the Fox Den. There are collectibles to collect that could upgrade your character's ability. There are skills traits that could help the character's journey and advancing it through the game and help your character in fighting against the enemy. You could optimize the setting to enhance your gaming experience. And now we are proceeding to the pros and cons of this game. The pros is that the various styles of combats. It is very diverse and unique because it is used to fight against multiple types of enemies. So you need to use all this combat to fight against those type of enemies, such as the brutes, the soldiers, and the archers. This makes you fully engage with the game. Secondly, the beautiful open world. I will not be exaggerated when I say this is the most beautiful game I have ever played. The lighting, the color, the environment, the surrounding just feels like a movie, surpassing those similar to of Oscar. Lastly, there is a lot of customization options available for this game that is included in the outfit, swords, and horses. These suit all of your fashionable needs, adding it with a great camera feature. The fandom of this game also has a very active side that compares all of these fashionable outfits that makes you feel much more engaged and appeal to this game. Unfortunately, There are some cons to this game, for example, the uninteresting side missions. This is because, in my opinion, the contents and the characters in these side missions are pretty forgettable. It is somewhat bland and plain that I can't remember a single one from the top of my head as of right now. Secondly, lack of proper cutscene. For example, whenever there's a mission that I'm a part of, the dialogue will be going on while the cameras are just panning out wide. It will not be a cinematic cutscene. It would just be a simple dialogue where the camera are panning out wide. I can't even see the character's mouth moving. There are some scenes of the cinematic cutscene, but it's very far and between. And lastly, the unrealistic NPC or horses. The only sort of realism of the NPC in this game is whenever they bow to you whenever you walk past them. Because the character of this game is the son of the lord of the island. So it is understandable, but other than that, they are pretty much just a prop. You can't kill them, you can't move them, you can't interact with them at all by any measures. They are just there to fill in spaces. And now we are proceeding to the comparison with other product. I'm gonna compare it to Red Dead Redemption 2, another one of my favorite video game of all time. The first thing that I'm gonna compare is the collectibles. To me, Red Dead Redemption 2 collectibles are pretty annoying to get. It is pretty difficult and strict to obtain, and you pretty much need a guide to get all of it because of how strict it is. Secondly, the stiff combat. The combat of Red Dead Redemption 2 is very rigid. It's very strict. It lacks creativity because once you get the combat, get a hold of it, that is it. There are no other options, there are no other alternatives. That is what you get and that's what you have. And thirdly, for Red Dead Redemption 2, the cons of it is that the longer completion length. With Ghost of Tsushima, I could finish it in about 40 hours. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, it took me like 70 to 80 hours because of the story, which is amazing, but still, the larger world scale and the objective side mission really dragged me down. So, do I recommend Ghost of Tsushima? Yes. Firstly, you could learn more about the history and culture of Japan. Besides, it is pretty rare for a video game to be set in an actual historical conflict that have happened in history. Secondly, because of the great moral story involving a samurai needing to break his own moral codes that he have developed since young age to fight for his people and his land, also fighting against his uncle, who is his father figure, who is also the lord of the land, the Jito of the land. Thirdly, because of the great and gorgeous video game that it is, one of the most beautiful video game that I have ever played. Fun fact, the lead developer of the game was given the honor of becoming a permanent tourism ambassador of the island of Tsushima because of his contribution to the game. With that, I will give this game the rating of 4 stars. In conclusion, Ghost of Tsushima is an immersive open-world combat single-player video game that will make you feel immersed with all of its aspects. The players will find themselves engaged and fascinated by everything that the game has to offer. To answer my previous question of what game that you should play, Ghost of Tsushima is a definite answer. With this, I call for every gamer in the world to try and give this game a chance, and you might as well, like me, found themselves putting this game in their top list of favorite video game of all time. Other than that, follow, and keep in touch with the developers Sucker Punch Productions in their Instagram and Twitter. And also waiting for the news of the sequel, Ghosts of Yote, that are predicted to be released anytime soon. Goodbye, thank you. I am Izz Ifham, and this is my review.